Welcome to 13 Minutes of News in 13 minutes or less. Okay, this week, obviously, guys, let me talk about this first. Make sure you're checking out the UberLiftDrivers.com page. Remember, it is not only rideshare, it is not only Uber and Lyft, it is delivery, it is curry, it is dumpling, it is shipped, it is all of the apps. Even ones that I haven't tried yet. We talk about everything, micromobility, everything we cover in that. So it's not just rideshare. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel, Rideshare Rodeo. And from the website, you can get to pretty much everything, but you can also go to ridesharerodeo.com, uberliftdrivers.com. Both sound like rideshare only, but they're not. Yesterday, I had a full day of curry, and I'm going to be and then today I had a scheduled delivery for Sherwin-Williams paint, which I talk about a lot, and it went fine, and I earned fine, really good, but it wasn't as smooth as normal, so I'm going to actually put a little video together, because I took some short videos along the way, see if I can't make something here to show you how a curry order can go and where you need to interject and how to make it go as smoothly as possible. But that's not going to be right here today. But maybe I'll work on that today or something, get that done. But so on the website, there's a lot of news. There's some stuff I really want to hit on, though, today. One thing in particular. So first of all, we'll just start off with, okay. On Wednesday, I sat in with the Gig Economy podcast, and we had a discussion about the TikToker who is an influencer with, I think, close to 1 million followers or subscribers or whatever they are on TikTok, and who was at Coachella and met Raul, the Uber driver, and the whole process of the 3 videos that came out. If you haven't seen them, if you've just seen the news stories but you haven't seen the videos, I would recommend to go watch episode 110 of the Gig Economy podcast that dropped on Wednesday. I'll put it in the links, you guys, to these show notes. I'll put a link to that show because you should go watch it. And then it's like the last 10, 12 minutes of that podcast is about this exact thing. We talk about it a little bit. But through the videos, you see that, she raised a bunch of money for this family, in that way did a very good thing. But it was at like 100,000, then it was at like 150. Right now, as of today, it's like at $230,000 she's raised. And I'm still not 100% clear even what she does. I know the word influencer on TikTok, Instagram, and those kind of platforms these days, even after I watch some of them, I'm not really sure what they're doing. We did look a little bit into it, and yeah, it's just amazing to me that people blow up this quickly, but I mean, so be it. But it's a story that you've probably seen. I hadn't even read it till we did the podcast, and just because it was everywhere, and I just figured it was because she was an influencer, but it was a little more interesting when we watched the videos. Also, Uber is going to start test delivering food with robots. Yeah. What is it? Serve Street. Serve Street is the Uber robot. Serve Robotics. Oh my God, this thing looks like a moving miniature trash can. So clearly they're going to just be destroyed. It looks like it has like baby stroller wheels on it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, luckily they're trying in Los Angeles where it doesn't freeze. There's no snow, ice, nothing like that. I mean, we've seen this in other countries where they're trying it, and these things get frozen to the ground. Their wheels don't move, or they tip over. It's crazy. These things are the space is not done. Clearly, it's okay to be testing, but you know how I feel about PR stunt BS, and this is PR stunt BS, Uber 101 right here. I will put the link to this. I'll put the link to the TikTok thing. But here's the 2 bigger stories I want to roll into today. So, sign of the times. New law protects Florida companies from misclassification claims when aiding gig economy workers in emergencies. Okay, so not a big fan of the governor of Florida, but I'm not a big fan of many politicians, to be honest. Putting all things to the side, and this is not a political thing at all. This is just my view on being an independent contractor, that I want to be one, that I have to remain one, because I don't just work in the platform gig economy, but I work in the traditional independent contractorship gig economy, which got tarped in with all this. So we've seen states like California go AB5, Prop 22. We've seen Seattle. Luckily, they pulled out the delivery drivers so the system won't be abused. And they're going to put the rideshare drivers under the Taxi and Limousine Commission, which seems fair. I mean, they're doing the same thing. They should be under those same stipulations and regulations that help them make sure that they earn enough when transporting a person, though, not food. And that's a big difference to the California law. We've got the issue over in Massachusetts. We've got one starting in New Jersey. New York's got their thing starting up. But what we haven't been hearing are about states going the other way. And there's two right now that have been on my radar. But let's go through what has happened. So basically the first one here I'm going to talk about is Florida. In Florida, one of the issues was that a lot of the PPE and things that weren't getting out, and the questions that companies were having were, how do we treat getting people masks, soap, testing, whatever they might need around this pandemic, without making it appear by doing so that they're an employee, but instead independent contractor just stricken by the hardship of a pandemic. So obviously this was new territory for everybody, being in a global pandemic. How do we take care of people? And there were some areas where it was taken advantage of. However, the big move there was to make it be like, well, you can't be independent contractors and then get assistance from these companies. Well, you know why? I mean, if you're gonna take the government and say, you guys are all locked down at home, or, I know that gig apps were workable, you could still do some things, but if you're gonna say that, if you're going to start making demands on the people, that changes the whole game. And there needs to be, I'm not saying with unemployment or anything of that nature, but there needs to be something in place to say, hey, yeah, they still can treat them like this. Well, the nuts and bolts of this, and you'll find the article, I'll link it in this video. But so the new law says that businesses can provide support to their gig workers during states of emergency without fear of misclassification. Not only will this help during any further COVID outbreaks or future pandemics, but the way that they built this was around, for Florida, for instance, around hurricanes. If a hurricane hits, who do they assist? Everybody. Not employees, not independent contractors, everybody, both. So they used that on their angle. And with this will come that basically you're going to be able to be, under the law, engaged individuals is anyone who provides a good or service to a business on behalf of a business. So SaaS, platform, services and software, who is then paid not as an employee, but as an independent contractor and classified as such by the business too. And it's just going to protect them in all ways. It's kind of the opposite of AB5. And it's not like Massachusetts jump on an AB5 type proposal with their Massachusetts bill H1234. This is more of a very aggressive move of, no, our independent contractors are independent. They have been for 50 years. Don't use this pandemic to terrorize people, to screw up the way states work, to take away half of the states have the right to work states. I mean, the federal government, a PRO Act bill would overpower that. So they're jumping the gun here and they're getting ahead. Florida did so. I'll let you read up on it a little more. The other one that came down the chute is the Department of Labor appeals decision reviving or keeping the previous, I'm not making this political, keeping the previous administration's ruling on independent contractors in Texas in place, even though the current administration came in and said, hey, no more of this. And they even got the Department of Labor to say, yeah, no more of this. And they were working on this passage in this path to, making it so that, you were going to basically you're going to have to be another employee state where you couldn't be independent. So a business group formed with gig companies, Uber, Lyft, a couple others, and they sued the Department of Labor, and they won. And so now the ruling that was put in place to take effect January 2021, but was from the old administration, but on January 20th of 2021, the new administration said, nope, we're going to get rid of that. Saying that basically, I'll let you guys read it, but basically saying that everybody was going to have to be, this is all a big move to get everybody to employment model, okay? They want us to be in unions. They want us to be employees. They want us to hand over more of our pay and not have flexibility and be told what to do and who we can work for. And you already work for one company, so you can't work for these three. That doesn't work in my world. And I've been doing this type of stuff for way before even Uber was a dream or a thought. The case that it refers to is the Coalition for Workforce Innovation versus Walsh. And again, I'll put the article link up in there. But yeah, again, these are two states, Texas and Florida, that have now, and yes, they're again, not to be political, but they're hard right states. But however, they are making, I might not agree with a lot of the things they do, but this is a very big passion project of mine, because to lose independent contractor status in this country is to take away freedom. I'm not making it about any other things, but I am making a fact here that I don't think anybody can very much debate. It is taking away freedom that has existed in this country dating back to the 40s and 50s. Okay, there's been things in place. This ABC test doesn't work. It's junk, PROAC, junk. It is time to fight back hard. We need to stay independent. I need to stay independent. Even a lot of you might need to, and you might not be under full understanding. I recommend to go watch some of the independent contractor videos I have on the channel on YouTube. And that's 13 minutes of news in just under 13 minutes. See you tomorrow for Sunday Fun Day. Peace, y'all.